What's wrong? Guy. Nipples podcast. Lads, season is upon us. But you know what? Let's talk about Jacob Harry Maguire. I bet you didn't know his name was Jacob.
I didn't.
Bet you didn't know that. Oh, Jakey boy. That's actually his first name. Yeah.
I didn't.
What are we saying?
You knew that, but you didn't know it was a ball playing centre back.
Yeah, what are you saying? He's getting his move.
Hold on, wait. What was that?
I said you knew that, but you didn't know it was a ball playing centre back.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, man. Maguire's getting his move. I can't lie. He's at a rocky time at United still. When he first came, I'm not going to lie. Fee aside, I was gassed. I can't even lie. I'm saying it with chest. I was gassed.
But you know what? His debut was crazy. It was good.
Yeah.
His debut. Do you not remember his debut? He was all over the shop.
And you know what? You see this Maguire's tenure at United, yeah? I think it's kind of shown, like football fans, all of us, that you have to, with everything, you need context. Maguire in a defensive team is cold. Maguire, when you're trying to be progressive and play a high line, or you have no structure like United did at Oli, not so much. You get what I'm saying? So, Maguire at first, obviously gassed. I think it started well, let's be honest. First season actually started well. Obviously got the captaincy. And then after that, it tailed off. I don't really agree with how it's ended for him in terms of the booing thing. I can't even lie to you. Like, I'll never agree with
They did Phil Jones like that as well.
I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't get it. Like, don't get me wrong. Regardless of how dead or how much you dislike a player, to boo him is crazy. You get me? Like, his performance is never going to improve. You get me?
Off the top of your head, sorry to interject here. How many mistakes can you count off the top of your head right now he's made?
What? Like,
that one in your head right now?
Wait, what? You talking like throughout his whole United career?
Yeah. That's the second one right there.
All right, but let me tell you this. I'm actually going to defend him because he gets too much stick. Like we know his level. 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 But I'll say to you, if you're playing at goals, for example, and everyone is on to you for any little thing you do. So I set you the ball, I fire you the ball, bam, 10 yards. And you know everyone's on to you. I promise you, probably 5 out of 10 your touch is going to be dead. Just because of the pressure.
My mental will be weak. I totally agree with
you.
So
if we already establish he's a decent centre back, but he's not at United's level, and then you're adding all of that pressure, really and truly, you kind of not expect those mistakes, but they're gonna happen. They're gonna happen.
Can I even add to your point? I think you made a good point, yeah. But I think Maguire's taught a lot of people how key confidence is to a player. And I think when you get bought for the fee that you get bought for, Maguire didn't pick his fee. He's gone into a setup that was all over the gaff and he's improved it. Whether people want to agree or not, the statistics are there. You can go look back at. He's improved it. He's improved United massively in that defensive phase. Following that, it wasn't really built upon correctly, in my opinion. And he then became a stick to kind of beat United with more. But if you look at the environment that Maguire's in, you've got a keeper in David De Gea. You're trying to play progressive football. Really and truly, any football you're trying to play with your team, the starting point is your keeper. That's the first problem.
Can I stop you there?
No,
you said
you can't stop me there. You can't stop me there.
I have to.
You can't. Go on.
You're talking about progress. All right, so you're saying the issue is you're trying to play progressive football, but that doesn't stop you from being a defender. That doesn't stop you from using your head.
But that's what I said before. That was the environment. But before that, I said it's the environment. So again, you're trying to play progressive football. The first problem you have is your goalkeeper. If we go and look back at a lot of the mistakes Maguire's made, I guarantee you, if we actually take the focus off Maguire and we look at the whole transition as a whole, there are multiple mistakes that happen before Maguire does anything. But because Maguire is the easiest target, a lot of the time he's getting cooked for things where he had no chance to begin with. So there's been, for example, games where Luke Shaw likes to hold his hand in certain games. I know a lot of United fans talk about it. And Maguire's like, why are you here? He's trying to deal with that. And while he's dealing with that, something else has happened and Maguire's kind of gone, and they've had a little clashing and it looks mad.
All right, so you're a centre-back.
Yep.
You're getting pressed. Right, you receive the ball from the keeper and there's two attackers. A left winger's coming at you and your striker's coming at you. and you've got no options to pass. Your centre mid is blocked off. Your next centre back's getting pressed by the next striker. What are you doing?
The ball shouldn't come to the centre back in the first place.
No, but what are you doing?
The ball shouldn't be at me at the first place. I'm going to clear it.
What about the amount of times that Maguire's tried to force the play and tried to force passes into dangerous areas? Whose fault is that?
It's the
team
keeper's
transition?
fault. It's the keeper's
No,
fault.
all right. There might be something wrong with the setup, but as a player,
Prime example.
you still have to take ownership.
All right, let me give you a perfect example. Christian Eriksen, you said, is a very technically efficient player, right?
Yes.
Brentford, De Gea gives him the ball. Who clips him for the ball? You're saying the techie player there, you're of a certain standard, should turn out and play the ball,
But
right?
he was beaten to the ball. He was beaten to the
But
ball.
the ball shouldn't have been there in the first place.
But that was De Gea's
That's my
mistake.
point.
I'm talking about when Maguire's on the
what
ball,
I'm saying to you is
making
how
the decision.
often does that happen
Are
to
we
Maguire?
talking about the same Jacob Harry Maguire?
I'm saying, how often does that happen to Maguire?
All right.
A lot.
Cool.
So let me ask you a
Exactly.
question. So let me get your understanding right. It's not his fault, but
That's
the rest
not
of
what
the
I'm
players'
saying.
fault.
I'm not saying.
This is what I'm hearing.
I'm
That's
not
what I'm
saying
hearing.
Maguire doesn't take some burden, but you know what Maguire is.
Dead.
Do you not know? But you know the type of player Maguire is. So there's a lot of the environment that Maguire is in hasn't been conducive to him playing well.
So-
and if you're already under the cosh, your confidence is already gone, and the setup isn't there to
Are
help
we
you
talking about the
succeed.
same Maguire?
Nah, do you know what?
So basically, you're telling me that it's not his fault that he's not good enough.
Nah, it's not.
not even that he's not good enough.
We're not saying that.
But you've set him up to fail, though.
It's
That's
not.
what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, I've seen a player recently recover from being booed, from cussing his
Who?
own fans in the pitch.
Granit.
Xhaka.
That's not the same thing.
It's not the same
Why
thing.
didn't
but we're talking
Why
about-
didn't
we're talking-
Granit?
No, but
that's a good example. Why did Granit Xhaka's opinion change with the fans?
Because
Arteta redefined his role, did it
Changed
not?
his position.
But
And,
at the
and
same-
he looked at what Xhaka could do and built upon it.
What do you want Maguire to play centre back mid?
No, what I'm saying is he gave him a platform to succeed. That doesn't happen for Maguire.
Look,
CDM?
In reality, what man's saying is Maguire's not United standard. Like we all agree that with that. I'm saying what man's saying is with the pressure and everything around that,
It makes it worse.
he's not gonna cut the mustard. He didn't cut the mustard, and it's gonna be harder. I promise you. I promise you, you've never played that good with pressure.
Not many. No one really does. No one really does.
Yeah,
It's
because we're
impossible.
not professional
It
Even-
doesn't matter.
even at
What you talking
five-a-side.
about?
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're not professional footballers. Of course, it matters if you're a professional footballer because the whole point of being a professional footballer is for you to handle that pressure.
But pressure is pressure.
Pressure is pressure, but we deal with pressure differently depending on how.
No,
our
that's
experience.
crazy. That's crazy.
But so you're telling me that basically we would go to a match here, they take the four of us to go and play a match at, let's say, at Old Trafford, and you're telling me we'll deal with it the same way that a professional player deals with it.
No, that's the point I'm making.
mentality, though. Everyone's got
Our
different
pressure. I'm just talking
Pressure's
about
pressure
Sunday league at the
regardless.
park.
It is, but they're able to deal with it better because they are professional.
Being a professional footballer doesn't give your brain special powers.
That's crazy.
It doesn't.
But,
You're
so you're
you've
never
got 90,000
Okay,
people telling you your shit.
So let me ask you a
You're gonna
question.
do
Let me ask
shit.
you a question. Do you
Hey,
think that a
save him,
soldier
save him.
deals
Save
with
him.
You know what? The thing is,
better?
we were on the same. We
Nah.
was in sync.
Yeah,
What do you
save him,
mean?
bro. Throw him
Basically, you
throw him
say
afloat, bro.
Okay, sorry. I don't like the idea of you thinking that basically just because they're professional footballers they cannot deal with pressure. They're not
No,
allowed.
but
No
listen,
one's saying he can't deal with
everybody-
it.
Let me tell you something. There's so much different type of footballers, especially in today's game. There's footballers that got a different type of mental strength. There's footballers that you know what a manager can go to you and say, "That was crap. That was shit. I need you to do better. What are you doing?" And they can respond to that. There's other footballers that you need to put your arm around them and say, "You know what? Don't worry. Next week you're gonna do this. You're gonna do that." And they respond to that because they've got different mental strengths. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's true.
They've got different mentalities and they
me-
respond to different things.
yeah, that comes down to-
Maguire might not be the type of person that's able to
Deal with pressure.
deal with pressure, and you know what? It gets on his back and then he gets into
He
his head, it
should
gets in
not
his
be
mind.
a professional footballer.
That
They
is
cannot
ridiculous.
simply
That is
deal with
crazy.
pressure.
Ridiculous.
Sorry.
All right, let me give you a better example. How many times have you seen a player get the captain's armband and crumble? That's nothing to do with mental strength.
Well, like-
in the sense of
like Bruno.
Well,
on a weekly
I wouldn't
basis.
say Bruno, but for example, there's some players that get the armband and the pressure they put on themselves, not even just necessarily from the coach or their teammates, the pressure they put on themselves, they're like, I'm the captain, I need to be this good or whatever. And they overthink things or they overcomplicate things and it leads to their performances failing. In that sense, you can't say that person shouldn't be a professional footballer. But everybody handles pressure at a completely different level
It
to everyone
does,
else.
but the whole point of being a professional footballer is being able to go out there in front of 30 to 60,000 fans and basically don't lose your bottle.
I think that's
That's all. But if
think
we
that's
go,
harsh.
if they take the four of us and we go and play in front of 30,000, our legs is trembling for 90 minutes.
But
I
if
can
them
guarantee
fans
you
are
that.
on your side, you will feel $1 million.
No,
Not
it doesn't
for 90,
matter.
but,
It
yeah.
doesn't matter because
Maybe the first 5 minutes.
Not for 90.
No, you get
You would-
first couple
yeah,
touches
yeah,
out and
bro,
then
you would feel the immense pressure of playing.
One slide tackle out of here, I'm on votes.
So can I? Does Maguire? We're talking about like the worst centre back in the league, Premier League history. Is Maguire in that conversation?
No,
Stop your bullshit, bro.
Come on,
He's not.
Stop your
In the same way,
bullshit.
Squillaci and Sigan, come on, man.
Stop your
and
bullshit.
Dyer is still a defender.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do that.
Davison Sanchez,
And this is the problem. There's sensationalism around Maguire. He's not a bad player.
Maguire's gonna leave United, go to his next club, and he's probably gonna do
West
well.
Ham, your ball out.
He's gonna do well. He's gonna do well. He's gonna do well. That's his level.
But we're respecting Moyes for that decision to try to sign Maguire.
No, because I think if as Moyes, because it's gonna sound like back. It's gonna sound dread. It's gonna sound dread. But the reason why is, and this is why Moyes gets it wrong all the time. The current team he's got is not built for Maguire to be in there. They don't defend on the edge of their box. So why the hell? Or they're trying not to defend on the edge of the box. So why the hell are you gonna go and lumber yourself with? You've just got rid of Craig Dawson. Why are you gonna go by Dawson's effectively younger brother?
Saying
it don't
that,
make no
though,
sense.
But Dawson was boarding out for West Ham.
Yeah, to be honest,
By
to
accident.
be honest, the only reason they got rid of Dawson is because they got Agard.
Yeah.
So it's kind of by default. Really,
But
Dawson
Agard is
could
a
have
completely
stayed.
different style, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, from on the back of the season, Dawson he could have stayed. So I think
100%.
Maguire's gonna work. He can work.
But wait, sorry.
At West Ham.
Oh wait, they've got both Aga, they got both Zuma, right? Mm-hmm. Where's Harry Maguire coming in? Do you think?
Oh, he'll start over Zuma.
Seriously?
Yeah, Zuma's not as good as he was since he did that madness to his leg. Do you remember when his leg?
I'm not even saying he's better, but yeah, he's gonna start.
He's not that good anymore.
Yeah, he's gonna start.
Do you not think there's the English? Basically, there's the fact that Maguire is English and coming from Man United. That's
Yeah.
why Moyes is-
Well, it will play a part, but Maguire is still a good centre back.
I think if you
At Arsenal, no, I wouldn't, because we're not of that side.
yeah, not Arsenal, but if you take Maguire on his England merits, he starts for West Ham every day of the week.
This is where I'm very conflicted, because although I do agree with you, I do look at basically when it comes down to how often England gets like under pressure when they play. Probably the last 3-4 years, you can probably count on both hands the amount of times that they've been in games where it's been high pressure.
Why does pressure matter?
Sorry?
Why does pressure matter?
Because in that same...
Well played. Well played.
It plays into my hands.
One of those, lad.
It plays into my hands.
Checkmate.
Because when we play in the high pressure games, we lose. And who's in defense?
But do we lose because of Maguire?
I won't say it's because of
So
Maguire.
then it's irrelevant.
Then him playing for England is irrelevant. Then him playing for England is irrelevant, and we have to just look at his club career then.
All right. So
I don't know.
is he worth the fee that they mentioned? 30 million for a 30-year-old centre back coming
Yeah,
to
my
twilight
Moyes is
end
up.
of his career?
He's
Moyes, yeah, 30 mil.
In this transfer market, absolutely.
Yeah, he's up.
I feel like a pro Maguire. I sound like a pro Maguire.
No, Maguire can
fan,
play.
innit?
Honestly,
Yeah,
with
yeah, you are. You're a
with
fan
the
boy.
style
Listen,
Maguire
man.
plays, he can play until he's
Dickhead.
36. No,
What?
with the style Maguire plays and what he's good at, he can play till he's 36.
Premier League baller, even
Probably longer than that.
standard,
Yeah, 100%. So for 30 million, you're getting 4 or 5 years out of
the
him.
same Jacob, Harry, Maguire. Are we talking about the same person?
We'll do well at West Ham and go to
million.
Everton.
No, because you lot are taking the piss. Are we actually talking about the same centre back?
I am.
Listen.
I am too.
So let me ask you. The last question I'll ask here: who benefits the most from this move, West
Maguire.
Ham or Maguire?
Maguire.
My point is, I rest my case.
But that's because Maguire.
Wait. How did I rest your case?
That is just literally just not good enough.
We know that.
He's not good enough to be a
What's
professional.
he talking
footballer.
about?
What?
The last 15 minutes, you've just told me about how Maguire has been the one that's been shagged. It's not his fault. Bloody blah.
So he's gonna benefit by going somewhere to show he's good.
He's not good enough. Yeah.
For United. He's not good
For a
enough for
team that wants
United.
to win the Premier League, we've established he's not of that quality.
Okay.
That's fine. And that's not an insult to Maguire. But for a team like Leicester that was finishing 8th, 9th, 11th or whatever, Maguire starts comfortably for a team like that.
Okay.
You're looking at Max Kilman and all these guys that are Max Kilman, Connor fucking Cody.
Yeah.
Are these men that were starting regularly for Wolves. Hold on.
Where's Cody now?
All right, he's back.
Where's Max?
Is he not back?
Where's
at Wolves?
Max Kilman?
Still at Wolves.
Touted to
Hold
be.
on. They didn't get relegated. They didn't get relegated.
They didn't get relegated.
They didn't get relegated. So I'm
They didn't get relegated.
These crazy centre back shouts. What are they saying?
No.
They didn't get relegated.
Tarkowski's good. Tarkowski's
Cody
good.
and Tarkowski.
They didn't-
Tarkowski's good.
In the
Did they get
league.
They didn't get relegated.
Remember
Did they get relegated?
You
didn't
said
get
they were the
relegated.
best defense in the league.
At the time of
Those are you
at the
crazy
time
shout.
of writing, they were.
Hold on, can I say something? I thought we were talking about Maguire.
Yeah. You did. That's right. It's true. That's right.
Either way, he starts at those
Your
teams.
centre back shouts are brazy.
Nah, he starts at those
After-
teams.
even after
Mr.
that-
Rob Holding is better than
No.
Callum Chambers.
Huh?
Yeah.
They're both dead.
That's fine, but a butter knife is still better than some other knives.